Welcome to this week's studio show. Coming up today, Leandra is examining the different F1 visors ahead of this weekend's race. She's also trying her hand at some special F1 physical challenges. I've got your top F1 facts for the Singapore Grand Prix, and Leandra's back at Brackley to meet some of the fans that won our 10 million fans competition. It's an action-packed show, so let's get cracking. This weekend, F1 heads to the Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore for what I like to call a modern-day classic. But what are my fast facts for this awesome night race? So this year, you can expect to see some changes. The organisers have changed turns 10, 11, 12 and 13, widening turn 13. So we're going to see some more overtaking opportunities, which might mean we don't see the safety car. So let's talk temperature. Singapore has a rainforest climate, which means it's going to be hot and humid for the drivers. It can even get up to 50 degrees in the cockpit. It's an incredible physical challenge. And talking of physical challenges, Leandra has been working out F1 driver style. Check this out.
Okay, time for challenge number 1. I've got 8 pairs of cards here. I've got to find 2 matching ones whilst doing a plank. So let's turn them over. Right, so let's get right into it. One. Okay, maybe I'm not quite ready to be an F1 driver. Okay, so time for challenge number 2. I have to stand up on a yoga ball. It's gonna be tough. Ah! Okay, so that didn't go according to plan. Maybe I'm not quite ready to be an F1 driver quite yet.
So that was a sneaky little peek at how the drivers keep fit. This weekend though, it's altogether different. They need to prepare themselves physically like no other race on the calendar. They also need to make sure their equipment is prepared, and we're talking visors. Leandra's been at the factory to talk about the different visors the drivers might use this weekend.
Thanks for that, Rosanna. I'm in the race base right now with the official 2015 helmets. We're very lucky to have these 2 here today, as they're actual ones that Lewis and Nico have been using this year. And although they can't change the helmet design during the current season, they are allowed to change their visors for each race. And we've actually got the yellow tinted visor, the black tinted visor and the clear visor here with us today. And why do they need different visors for different races? Well, depending on the lighting conditions at each circuit, they need the perfect visor to achieve maximum visibility. For a twilight race like Abu Dhabi, for example, the drivers need different visors for each session as the daylight fades and the floodlights come on. As Singapore is a night race, there are well over 1,000 floodlights around the circuit, which means the light will be very consistent. So you'll be seeing a lot of these clear visors this weekend. And just like the drivers need different visors for different light, they also need different visors for different weather conditions. As you can see with Lewis's helmet right here, this one is made specifically for rainy conditions, so the helmet doesn't fog up and obscure his vision during the race. Ever want to know what this is? This is a tear-off strip that the drivers pull off their visors to get rid of any dirt or oil. And that's all you need to know about visors. Back to the studio.
Time for some more fast facts now. The Singapore Grand Prix has 23 corners. That's the most on the entire F1 calendar. But 10 of those corners are taken in first and second gear, which means the average speed of the circuit is 150 kilometers an hour. It also means the engines guzzle fuel, 1.9 kilos per lap. The drivers spend 45% of their time at full throttle around the circuit. Compare that with Monza, the last time the drivers were out, and that was 74%. You can see the difference between the tracks already. Last month, we held a huge prize draw to celebrate reaching 10 million fans across all our social media sites. The winners came to collect their prizes at the factory last week, and Leandra went to meet them.
We're at the factory with some of the winners of a 10 million competition. They're just heading into the factory for a tour. We'll catch up with them later. Have fun, guys!
think just seeing all the different cars, seeing how they're all like inspected afterwards, it's like really cool.
Just seeing how they manufacture all of the little components as well, yeah, it was really interesting.
Yes, it was really good to see how every car is built and how the team obviously works.
Really
Awesome.
good. Fantastic.
And who won?
He did by 7/10.
Older brother.
Yeah.
It was wicked. I set the fastest lap, and this is really fantastic experience.
I want to thank Mercedes-AMG Petronas for a fantastic day. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Honestly, thank you. Unbelievable.
Really
appreciate it.
big thanks.
I think that proves that the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team has the best fans. Time for my last fun facts for the Singapore Grand Prix, and it's Geek Alert! Because it's a night race, there are dazzling streetlights, which means 1,600 lighting projectors with internal reflectors are fitted to the circuit to stop the drivers from being blinded. That's all from this week's studio show. Why not click here to see Lewis Hamilton's ultimate F1 soundtrack, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any of our behind the scenes videos. I'll be back next week. Bye!